Good morning. Behind me is the amazing Grand Canyon. You know, well, hey there, YouTube. I am out on another photography road trip out here with a good friend, Jason Fazio Photography. And right now we are near Monument Valley. And this is another one of those iconic locations that I've just wanted to come out and shoot for so long. And we didn't make it down here when we were in Page shooting Horseshoe Bend. We instead chose to head on back to Colorado instead of staying out another day. But we are on our way to some great locations in Arizona, and definitely wanted to stop by and see it this time. We had high hopes for a beautiful sunset tonight, but it probably is not going to happen. Jason's over there saying, oh, it's going to happen, but it's pretty...
It's going to happen.
I don't know who's going to happen. It's pretty overcast. It is cold. It is windy. When we left out of Wyoming on the last trip, we said our next trip was going to be someplace warm, and apparently we have lied to ourselves because it is not warm out here. Man, it's cold. Yeah, hey, another road trip, and glad to have you along, and gonna hopefully get some awesome photos, and just keep stacking that portfolio, and show you just some more beautiful sights of across the country, and yeah, I'm excited for this one. So let's go ahead and get set up for this photo. I'm going to be shooting with my 200 to 600. You can see we're pretty far away from the actual monuments that are out there. So I've got my 200 to 600 on there so I can zoom in pretty far. We're standing on the road, Monument Valley Road, that everybody stands on to take this shot. And so we're going to play Frogger with the traffic. We're going to jump out into the center and use those yellow lines down, the hashtags down the center of the road is the leading line taking you right into the monuments. That's what everybody does. It's kind of the iconic shot. The one good thing we have going for us that a lot of people don't have is we've got fresh snow. And so with the fresh snow out there, we're hoping that that's going to make the photo a little bit unique compared to everybody else's shot. But won't know until we take them, and it's time to do that. I went out and looked through the lens with the 200 to 600, and it's not wide enough, so I'm going to swap the 200 to 600 out for the 70 to 200, and that'll give me a little bit more flexibility to get all the monuments in there as well as the road. I may come back to the 200 600 and try to get maybe a little bit closer shot, but I'm going to be honest, looking through the lens there, I don't think this shot's going to pan out to be that good anyway. I'm probably standing out here freezing for no good reason because the lighting just isn't great. It's bland, it's just a dull kind of day without good contrast and everything, and I don't think it's going to pick up a lot of color. So yeah, disappointed. Drove 10 hours to get here and not going to get the shot that I want, but we're still holding out. Jason says we're going to get a good sunrise or sunset, and yeah, I don't think so, but I don't know. At least I'm out taking photos, and sometimes that's what it's all about, more so than the actual photo that I get. We'll see. Well, the sunset definitely didn't pan out the way I was hoping it was going to. It had so much potential. It seemed like if you went to the left of where the monuments were, there was just beautiful color in the sky and the sunset was really pretty. But right where we were trying to shoot with the monuments sticking up, just nothing, just gray clouds and I mean some texture in the clouds, but definitely not what I was hoping to see. Gonna have to come back again. Seems to be the recurring theme of always wanting to go back to the same spot in order to get the perfect shot. But that's what I love about photography is, you know, no two trips are the same and the conditions are always different and you always have an opportunity to improve upon the shot that you took last time. And will definitely be the goal to come back down here and do that. Gonna go figure out where sunrise is gonna be, and we'll see you in the morning whenever we pick that location and start shooting. See you then. Morning. So behind me is the amazing Grand Canyon, and probably what's most amazing to me is this is the first time I've ever been here. I grew up in California, lived in Las Vegas for 4 years, and never took the time to come out here to the Grand Canyon and just see this amazing sight. So drove through the night in order to get here. One of the entrances, the east entrance, was closed, and so we had to go all the way down to Flagstaff and then turn around and double back to get back up here and hope for a decent sunrise to make all that effort worthwhile. But this sunrise looks like it's going to be pretty bland. So it's probably just going to be a canyon shot with gray skies and nothing really special to go with it. But still amazing to come see this. I mean, wow, just what a huge hole in the ground. Yeah, so going to shoot some photos here and then pack up and probably head on down to Sedona, which is one of the areas that we really wanted to get to on this trip, and shoot some photos down there and see what the rest of the week is going to hold in store for us. But still pretty amazing to see this. I just wish that the skies would cooperate with us. We're 0 for 2 on this trip, and yeah, hopefully we turn that around, because it's a lot of effort and a lot of time to get out to these locations and not have good skies. But we'll see what comes our way. Well, I'm going to reprise the old adage of they can't all be winners, kid, because this sunrise definitely was not a winner this morning. Man, it's so disappointing. Absolutely just crushing you, just driving all the way out here and then not even getting ideal conditions to photograph. But still a beautiful sight. I love seeing the snow in the canyon and seeing just the formations, and then just the Colorado River down below, beautiful water. And it's still cool to come out and see it, even if I didn't get the photo I was looking for. And as we say, I guess I just got to come back. So time to start packing it up and head on up, get a little bit of breakfast, and then start making our way down to Sedona and see what cool things we find to photograph in between here and there, and then all the beautiful sights down there to hopefully get some nice shots. And we'll pray for the sunset gods to shine upon us favorably this evening, and hopefully we get something that's going to be decent to make this trip salvageable. But you know, I guess it's still salvageable. I'm still out taking photos. I'm still out doing what I love, and still blessed to be able to have the opportunity to do that. But let's just hope for a little better conditions while doing so. We'll see you there. Well, good morning. Another beautiful sunrise this morning. Didn't get a lot of color in the sky, but the clouds that are behind me are just absolutely gorgeous. They're just white puffy clouds. They're just floating across the sky at a pretty good pace. And you mix that with the beautiful red rock formation behind me, the green vegetation, the snow up there, and it really just comes together for a beautiful scene and was definitely worth the hike out here. We thought it was going to be about a 15 to 20 minute hike to get out here to 7 sacred pools, but it ended up taking us almost an hour and a half with the snow that was out there and the ice that we were hiking on, and we were trying to make sure we didn't fall and cause any injury. But oh my God, just incredible and worth the effort. And once again, I'm just truly blessed to be able to come out here and do what I love, taking photos of scenic sites like this. And yeah, it's just incredible to see this. If you haven't been to Sedona, Arizona, I highly recommend that you make it down here. It is some of the most beautiful scenery that I've seen in a while. And you know, I've been traveling lately to a lot of great places, but this one it just continues to amaze me every time that I see something out here. Absolutely beautiful, and hopefully the photos that I've taken turn out just to be just as beautiful, and we'll see. We're here at a place called White Pocket, Arizona. It is in the Vermilion Cliffs Recreation Area, and it's a place that we've been wanting to get down to and explore and see what kind of photos we can capture from here. Our goal was to get here last night for sunset, but we missed a turn on the road out there and didn't make it in time for sunset, so got up early enough this morning to come watch the sunrise. I originally put my 12 to 24 millimeter lens on and really wanted to capture the vastness of this area, but then decided instead that I would put the 24 to 105 on and zoom in a little bit so I could really focus on the color in the sky and the distance. When you're shooting really wide angle, you tend to miss that color whenever it's along the horizon because you're capturing so much sky and so much foreground. So by zooming in a little bit, I'm able to make sure that the photo really focuses on that color closer to the horizon instead of just the blue sky above it. Watching the sunrise right now is just awesome. I mean, up on the cliff faces over here, the sun's starting to reflect off of the rock, and as the sun gets higher and higher over the horizon, that reflection starts just walking down the wall here of this rock, and it's just magnificent to watch. I'm struggling to speak this morning. It's just beautiful, and what a remarkable sunrise this morning. Finally, it's the first good sunrise that we've seen since we've been out on this trip, and wow, it's this made the effort to get out here worthwhile. It was a little bit of a challenge last night, and started snowing pretty heavy, and we were trying to navigate some dirt roads at soft sand underneath the snow, and the snow was getting thicker, and visibility was starting to deteriorate. The sun was going down, and we're like, man, are we going to find this place or not? But we did, and so glad we did, because this is it's just magical this morning. Absolutely magical. was really an awesome day of photography. Just absolutely loved hiking up there on those rocks and walking around with my camera and just taking different photos of the different rock formations with the erosion and the patterns created from that, as well as the texture. And I really just hope that the images are going to look as good on the computer screen as they do on my actual camera. We were going to shoot the sunrise here, but have decided instead that we're going to go ahead and pack up and start heading out. We'd like to get that dirt road completed with a little bit of light instead of driving in the dark like we did last night. And so we're going to go ahead and forego shooting sunset here and move on to our next location. And we're only have tomorrow left and need to be home tomorrow, so trying to knock out 2 more locations on the way home in order to make sure that we maximize every bit of time that we have on this trip. And staying here for the sunset just didn't seem like it was going to be the smart thing to do. So time to get on the road. Well, after leaving White Pocket, Arizona last night, we drove up to Bryce National Park, and we were just treated to a spectacular sunrise. And let me tell you, if you have not seen a sunrise at Bryce Canyon, you need to add that to the list of things you need to do in your lifetime. It is just extraordinary. I mean, the way that the light reflects off these hoodoos and the color of the hoodoos, you mix that together with the bright white snow, and then you got the green trees from the evergreens, and man, it is just absolutely gorgeous. And I only hope that I was able to capture the beauty adequately in my photos. And wow, what an incredible trip this has been so far, and seen some just extraordinary sights, and sad to see it coming to an end. But we're going to start heading east now, and probably stop by Canyonlands National Park for hopefully what's going to be a good sunset photo to close out the trip. We'll see you there. Well, I'm here at Canyonlands National Park, and man, this is another site that is just incredible. You know, I honestly think this kind of rivals the Grand Canyon with just the vastness of it, and just the canyons and the crevices and the rock formations. Just truly a sight to behold. I got down to the Moab area a little bit earlier than I planned on, so I spent some time this afternoon over in Arches and was doing a little run and gun, trying to capture as many sites as quick as possible while I was in there. And shooting in the middle of the day, and my intention the entire time was to convert to black and white for some nice photos of Arches in black and white, but we'll see the bright blue sky and the clouds and may make me reconsider that. But I was looking for a juniper tree, and the juniper tree is supposed to be hanging off the side of the cliff here, but I haven't been able to find that. So given the fact that the sun is setting quickly on me, I've decided to just set up here and really focus on this wall right here that's getting lit with this nice golden hour sun, and hope that the color in the sky turns out. The clouds all day have just been incredible as far as light, wispy, and really the kind of clouds that are going to take on color whenever that sun starts to set. So I'm really hoping that that truly happens. But you know, it wouldn't be the first time on this trip that I was disappointed in a sunrise or sunset. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it was about a mile hike to get out here from the parking lot. And I was a little bit later than I had planned on getting here, and didn't take into account the fact that I was going to have that mile hike. So I was running as fast as I could, and really just fast and furious hike to get over to this spot. And the composition here really isn't what I was looking for, but I'm going to make the best of it and hope for a nice photo, and hopefully the sunset really helps out the lack of composition. But we all know that's not how it works. You can't just have a beautiful sunset and no composition, and much the same way you can't have a great composition and still get a beautiful sunset. So I don't know. It was still worth the trip out here. Still, whenever the sun comes down, I'm going to go scout a little bit more and see if I can't find that tree. On next trip out here, make sure that I'm here in time in order to photograph it and determine is it better as a sunset shot or a sunrise shot. But alas, we're here. We're going to make the best of it. Well, with this sunrise, this trip is coming to an end, and what a remarkable journey it's been. 4 national parks during the Grand Canyon, Bryce Canyon this morning, Arches this afternoon, Canyonlands this evening. Just amazing to be able to come out and see these sites. The time spent down in Sedona, what a beautiful part of this country, and then just the geological features, a white pocket, and being able to go out there and photograph that was just simply amazing, and what a blessing to be able to do this. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I said it again, I'm going to ask one more time. Please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and hit that little bell so that you're notified whenever I upload the next video. We don't know where the next trip is going to be. I'll tell you, each time we take one of these trips, we say it's going to be hard to top the last one, but we keep finding a way to do so with all these beautiful sites that we're able to travel to. But have something in store for a trip, and don't know if it's going to be the next one or the one after, but definitely looking forward to the next one as well as that one. And yeah, just want to thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video, hope you enjoyed the sights, and hope the photos turned out as well as the scenery, a lot of them too. It'd be disappointing to go out and see all these sights and not get good photos out of it, but I'll make something happen, I hope. We'll see you next time.